goddess? Why are they trying to sell slavery to us? Walking down the streets of Toronto, and as you can see, this neighborhood is concerningly ghetto. However, we move. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is just about some sightseeing that I did while I was in Toronto. The first place that I went to was the dollar store. I'm actually surprised that more people don't just get everything they need from the dollar store, because it has literally everything from souvenirs to food to household items. The dollar store is pretty efficient in getting what you want. We want something with the wood kind of on it, or just like an implication. These are the first world problems that keep me moving. Danisha and I originally went to the dollar store to get painting supplies, but naturally I had to feed my Doritos addiction and get some more snacks for the rest of my stay in Canada. We just had a bit of fun in the aisles, and when we were finished shopping, it came up to about $35, which I thought was insane for the amount of things that we got. And so we started making our way back to the apartment. When we got back to the apartment, there was a Caribbean Culture Fest happening downstairs, so we decided to check it out.
You're a table in front of me, in the presence of my enemy. That a man and find every man, my conqueror, my conqueror. Nothing will be pushed from the beer, but we keep in this love here. Who never thinking of fear? It's not that we shine here. The most my chocolate. Thank you.
Naturally, as it was a Caribbean Culture Fest, I spent my time looking for St. Vincent's table. However, I couldn't find it. What I did find was Barbados, Jamaica, St. Lucia, and Trinidad. And those people in the corner over there, they were the ones who wore the Jamaican table selling jerk chicken. And let me tell you, it is the best jerk chicken I have ever had in my life. Courtney's Restaurant and Bar, definitely look them up. So the following day, Danisha took me on a tour of University of Toronto. Now, depending on how you look at it, this tour was a bit messy because neither of us knew where we were going. Even though she is U of T alumni, there's always a lot happening. So the campus had changed significantly since she was there. But it was a very successful tour because I got to speak to a lot of persons about the programs that I was interested in. And even though we bumbled around for a bit, ultimately everything worked out in the best way possible. So I'm just really grateful that I was able to use part of my trip in such a meaningful way. The next place we decided to go to was the University of Toronto bookstore because I wanted some memorabilia. I mean, I was originally going to go with a pen, but I'm obsessed with notebooks and I already have 7 that I don't use. So what is an 8th notebook? I eventually left the pink one. This hall is actually where Danisha graduated, and naturally there's a construction crane in the background because it's Canada. When is construction not happening? Let's just take a moment and admire my fit. Thank you. At this point, we were hungry, so we were just trying to find a food truck or something, to be honest, that sold meaningful food so that we could get our fuel up in order to go back to the campus. And I should mention that technically, are we even off the campus? Because it's just that big. Right over there, I think that's the Science Research Center or something. But all of it is University of Toronto. So we made our way back to the Department of English. This is actually the undergrad lounge, and we just sat and waited for a couple minutes so that I could speak to somebody. All in all, an excellent experience. Then we went to the Art Gallery of Ontario. Now, if you love art, if you love history, if you love anything along those lines, this part of the video is definitely for you. The Art Gallery of Ontario is absolutely stunning. There are so many different art pieces, art styles, and Danisha and I really got to enjoy all of them here. I like to come to art museums and pretend to be contemplative. I'm gonna just look at it like I really understand what's going on.
What is it giving?
It's giving torment. You can feel the artist pain through the dark spots right there. And the little instances of joy that he experienced for brief moments. I mean, I wasn't giving any real deep, insightful commentary, but anybody who knows me knows that I am absolutely obsessed with landscape and landscape paintings. So right here, I was in my absolute glee, and this is my favorite painting. It's okay. I like having you in my shop. Work it, girl. Give the people something to talk about.
We're still here exploring. As you can see, I'm just taking it off. I'm just trying to be in the moment and take it off.
Soak it in, soak it in.
These are the pieces.
How do you feel about this space?
It's just a lot to interpret. A lot to interpret.
I want to scream. It's a lot.
Can we see the faces?
Thanksgiving dinner. We can't see their faces because even though they're close together, which implies they're family, they're strangers to each other. See why I just gave meaning? Absolutely messy. The attention to detail in these particular paintings is ridiculous. Gives a very realistic feel. this money almost comes off of the page. Emotions. What emotions does this piece shroud from you?
It looks like a lot of peace. Everyone's in their space, just kind of doing their own thing.
It makes you feel peaceful.
Nature, flawless coming. But this part wouldn't go for you.
Good answer, good answer. Some of the pieces were a bit questionable, like why do y'all have a room full of empty frames? But we move. And one thing I really enjoyed about the AGO, for example, these are indigenous pieces. There is a heavy focus on the indigenous people, not only their pieces, but also paintings of indigenous people. So I thought that was great. Outside, absolutely beautiful, but we didn't spend a lot of time out there. The thing is, at this point, we're kind of walking around and we're starving, but there's just so much to see in the Art Gallery of Ontario that you really don't want to waste any time. You want to cover as much ground as possible. I mean, props to Danisha for this fantastic shot because wow. But anyway, back to the actual art. There's actually a very heavy historic element, and I was so happy. So here we have the head of John the Baptist and the head of Saint Paul. Once again, my history people, we are living these books. Look at them. Printing as a tool of colonization. Everything was a tool of colonization. Basically, they printed religious documents in order to convert the indigenous people. What's new? This is a world map. Y'all remember Americo Vespucci? All of this is like so familiar from when I did history at UE and in secondary school. I want to go and see this head. Oh, not him looking sad. Here we have Martha and Mary Magdalene. in the history of the Spanish Empire. Columbus makes 4 journeys to the Caribbean. That was 4 journeys too much. Oops, Columbus didn't discover anything. I know that's a word. That's about it for this week's video. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope that you guys really enjoyed. I absolutely love history and art, so the AGO was really special to me. And of course, I enjoyed U of T. Join me next week to see why I am now traumatized by Spider-Man. And I hope that you guys stay kind, stay beautiful, don't make anybody take you for idiot.